My mom and sister were both amazing women, super strong, and very dedicated and passionate people.
My mom had such a big personality. She would enter a room and people would notice her.
She was extremely generous, and she could make other people feel warm and welcome.
Jill was such a caring, empathetic person.
She was very loving. She kind of was the sibling in our family that connected all of us.
Jill was the love of my life. She was a vibrant spirit, strong-willed, and I used to always tell her she was the strongest person I've ever met in my life.
My mom was diagnosed in November of 1999, and Jill was diagnosed just 10 months later in September of 2000. Jill was only 29 at the age of diagnosis and lived for almost 7 more years.
We were young when my wife was diagnosed, and you grow up very quickly when this kind of stuff happens. And then to see someone that means so much to you go through this kind of stuff, it's devastating because there's nothing you can do.
We were all devastated and scared and sad, but we all did our own research to get prepared, I think, for what they were going to go through.
From the beginning and on, I was so grateful to have my other siblings as well.
Having the support of family and all of us, I mean, we couldn't have done it without each other.
My mom and Jill were both very dedicated to getting genetic testing. I learned that I had the genetic mutation about just a little over a year after my mom was initially diagnosed, like 13 months later. And I, at the time, had a 1-year-old baby. At that point, I made the decision to remove my ovaries. I felt like there was an absolute right choice. I didn't feel like I was comfortable not doing something.
I did get genetic testing done and was very relieved to find out that I did not have the genetic mutation. As relieved as I was, I also felt very guilty that the rest of my family had to deal with this. But it made it much better knowing how happy my mom and my sister were and how relieved they were that I didn't have the mutation and potentially wouldn't have to go through what they were going through.
Both my mom and my sister's super strong belief was having a community, having a support network, having resources, and utilizing their experiences to support other women.
I met Merle in the same way that we get connected with a lot of women at MOCA. She called the office, and as we typically do, we ask people, what can we do for you? And in Merle's typical way, she said, what can I do for you? How can I help this organization? You're so important. We realized right away what a great leadership quality she had, how good she was at engaging others in our mission, and invited her to join our board pretty quickly after getting involved.
MOCA provided her something beyond family where she could really network with other people, share thoughts with other people who were really going through what she went through. MOCA really provided a fantastic support system for both of them.
All the things that they do are important, and they give hope to women. They give them something to do to feel like they're doing something to fight back.
Jill was a founder of our Young Survivors Network and really engaged a lot of young women in coming together and doing social things. I think they could support each other in really unique ways.
My hope for MOCA is that they continue to grow and continue to contribute to research around finding a cure and better detection methods.
One of the best ways to honor Merle and Jill and their legacy, as well as those of others who have been involved with MOCA, is to keep the organization alive, to keep supporting MOCA and keep the momentum going. One of the mottos that Merle lived by was, "Together we're better." And I think Merle was right, that together we are better.